Yeah, what's that? Okay, I'll tell them. It's camera time. Today we have a Nikomat FT. If you are familiar with these cameras, you may be thinking, no, that's a Nikomat. Well, yes and no. This is a Nikomat. Bring the camera in. See, look at that, Nikomat. This camera was made from 1965 to 1972, and it is a fully mechanical SLR. It does have a built-in light meter for providing information. You don't have any auto exposure capabilities or anything like that. It's such a good camera, but it was also kind of meant as kind of the more consumer-oriented model compared to the Nikon F. It has a lot of features that are just really nice, and the way that they're laid out is also very good. Self-timer here, we've got the film advance here, shutter release here, frame counter here. This button here is depth of field preview. You've got the film rewind knob over here. This little window here has to do with the meter. And on the front here, on this side of the lens mount, you also have a little lever. This is how you do mirror lockup. Push it down, mirror goes up. Pull it up, mirror goes down again. And so other things, so here you have the little pin, which interacts with the so-called bunny ears, and this allows the meter to understand what the aperture is. Set the lens to f5.6, turn it counterclockwise, and then what you want to do is, go back and forth with the aperturing, because what this tells the camera is the maximum aperture, the brightest f-stop. Now, one of the interesting things about this camera, which you may have already noticed, is that there's no shutter speed dial up here on top. Instead, the shutter speed is controlled by a ring that goes around the lens mount. And this arrangement of having the shutter speed adjustment on a ring around the lens mount is not unique to this camera. In fact, this is kind of a weird outlier because this is a feature that is mostly known in Olympus OM series film cameras. For example, this is an Olympus OM1, and you can see here that the shutter speed is on this dial here, again, around the lens mount. And that's kind of a famous feature of the Olympus OM series 35mm SLRs. But it's also a feature of this particular camera, and I like that. I find it very intuitive to use once you get the hang of it, and this is just such a delightful camera to use. It's heavy, it is solid, it has everything you need. Build quality is spectacular. If you happen to have the opportunity to use one of these, I recommend it. I love this camera.